In a quiet town surrounded by hills, Ethan lived a life of solitude. One day, while sitting in a busy cafe, he noticed Lila. Her laughter filled the room, brightening everything. From that moment, Ethan couldn't take his eyes off her. He hesitated, but eventually approached. Lila, charmed by Ethan's genuine nature and poetic words, found herself falling for him. They spent their days walking, laughing, and sharing dreams, but as time passed, things changed. Ethan's affection grew possessive, and his once sweet gestures became demanding. Feeling suffocated, Lila distanced herself and ended the relationship. Ethan couldn't bear losing her. His love turned into obsession, and he began stalking her, watching from the shadows. Months later, Lila met Ryan, a kind, confident man who restored her belief in love. Their relationship grew quickly, and soon they were married. They moved into a cozy home, full of hope for the future. But Ethan's obsession didn't fade. He continued to follow her, lurking nearby. Lila noticed Ethan's presence. He followed her on errands, his eyes always on her, even in crowded places. She wanted to tell Ryan, but was afraid it might ruin their happiness. As Ethan's behavior became more obvious, Ryan began noticing him too. One evening, Ryan confronted Lila about the man he had seen. With a heavy heart, Lila confessed everything. Shocked and furious, Ryan vowed to protect her. Together, they decided to confront Ethan. When they found him, he was no longer the man Lila had known. His obsession had turned dangerous. That night, as Lila and Ryan walked home, they saw Ethan waiting in the shadows. His eyes were cold, his voice trembling with anger. "You were mine, Lila." "You still are," he hissed, reaching into his coat. Ryan stepped forward, positioning himself between Lila and Ethan. "Leave her alone, Ethan. This ends now." In an instant, Ethan pulled out a knife. Chaos erupted. Ryan tried to stop him, but Ethan's desperation gave him strength. In the struggle, Ethan turned the knife on Lila. Sirens wailed in the distance as Ethan stood frozen, realizing what he had done. The police arrived and arrested him, but it was too late. Lila lay lifeless in Ryan's arms. The town was in shock. Ethan's trial was quick. His obsession and lack of remorse sealed his fate, and he was sentenced to life in prison. Lila's death became a grim reminder of how love, when twisted by obsession, could lead to destruction. In the years that followed, Ryan dedicated himself to advocating for victims of stalking. His pain became his purpose. Lila's story warned others of the dangers of unchecked obsession. Ethan spent his days in prison, haunted by memories of Lila. The town moved on, but it remained scarred. Ryan's work raised awareness of dangerous behavior, and though justice was served, the shadow of obsession lingered, a chilling reminder of love gone dark.